always a slow build.
Yeah, they're doing a couple of surprise characters up there. I'm going
in America, if you want, season 1 for Strange New Worlds is on YouTube, but it's with the ads.
Oh.
Or if you have Amazon Prime TV, you can watch season 1
without the ads or with ads.
Without.
Okay.
It's on another app
without.
on TV too. I forgot.
So, but yeah, then I'm like, okay, well, apparently it's they're featured on Discovery, so it's like, all right. So I'm looking at Paramount, and I don't know about signing up for it, but it's like $5.99 for the first 2 months, and then $11.99 afterward.
There's a bunch of things going on. These Paramount and Showtime. So like I subscribe to Showtime. I love the shows on Showtime.
I mean, I'm debating about it though, but I mean, I'm just waiting until it's like, I get a free trial. So if I get the free trial, then I can like go ahead and watch all of Discovery. And then I can watch all the Beavis and Butthead.
Okay, that's fair enough. For the Beavis and Butthead.
I know, when you brought it back, I was like, oh yes.
Not gonna lie, it's funny.
It's totally cool.
Funny. A couple episodes.
Mike Judge is my hero.
You know what? We'll get into really quick. We're going to do an abbreviated version of this because I know Tony has to go to sleep. We got on late. Want to give definitely a shout out to Helen. Helen and Jeeves were on earlier. Carmen and Rick were on earlier at the same time. Usually it's staggered, but they were on at the same time. I know Helen was testing guest stars, and I know Tony and Rich, Fireman Rich, were testing guest stars, I think last week or something like that. Tuesday. So guest stars on Twitch, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways.
Primarily for Twitch, not a problem. Thumbs up.
Okay.
Thumbs up, honestly, as a Twitch app, and damn sure works better than Twitch Studio.
Yeah.
Mr. Twitch.
It's only for Twitch. For those of us who multi-stream, it's only for Twitch. That's the best thing I can say about it. Other than that, I don't have a problem with it.
Helen says, nope. Tony, nope. It's shite.
She said it's sugar honey iced tea exaggerated.
Shite.
Sugar honey iced tea exaggerated.
Well, damn.
So I haven't tried it or anything else like that. It's good that you can get someone else up there, and I guess this is the free version of Twitch. Is there a paid version of Twitch?
No.
Okay.
Just
Twitch? Oh, no. I don't think so.
Guest stars works pretty good. This is Fireman Rich. Just my internet with those solar flares from the sun. Twitch guest stars works for me. Helen says, I don't know who designed it, but it's horrendous. And no paid, all free. Okay, cool. That's something to learn. Before we were in pre-pro, Tony, you were telling me about Flutin'?
Yes, I checked it out. I had an interview with them Tuesday morning. They are a company based out of India. They're actually advertising. They advertise, monetizing while multi-streaming. I was talking to Rich about this a couple of days ago as well. I'm going to try it just to see.
Okay.
Multi-streaming and seeing the audience, from what I saw, I was able to get the comments off of everything, or I thought. So if the gifting comes on and the subscription comes on, I'm just going to give it a shot. We've done StreamYard, we've done Restream, I've tried EvMux, I've tried Vocal. I'm going to try this one just to see if everybody will centralize it. And once again, it doesn't connect to Twitter, which I'm just coming to the conclusion that nobody's going to connect to Twitter for whatever reason, except for Restream and StreamYard, but we don't see the comments.
Right.
You know, even though they go straight to the platform, we don't see the comments. And I've been seeing this since we was on Haps. It's been an issue with Twitter. Twitter's not connecting to people. Okay, cool. Just go what we got with the other channels. Not a problem. As far as plans with multi-streaming, Restream still has the best plan.
Okay.
Still has the best plan, even though Fluten's giving you some better options. Restream has the best plan, from my opinion. I would highly advise any and everybody, and all of us who do multi-stream, to look over those plans then ourselves and adjust our budget or plans accordingly with that economically. I just want to give it a shot and see what we can do out there. I was actually talking to Bobby Shadow about it earlier.
Okay.
That's the one thing we miss. We're not sharing this information with each other for those of us who will and do broadcasts.
Just to double back real quick.
Yes.
Helen said Twitch guest stars is too finicky, completely pointless, and completely inferior to Restream and StreamYard. And Fireman Rich says, I would disagree with Helen. There is a learning curve, but Restream and StreamYard are easier and simpler to use. Fireman Rich says, I think I had a great Twitch guest stars with Helen and Tony a few Saturdays back with no issues.
Right.
Loving the guest stars. And Helen replies back at Fireman Rich. But you struggle to bring up more than one person because it's too heavy on resources. It's far too heavy on CPU usage, and you have up to 10 people on Restream with no issues.
For the younger crowd, CPU means central processing unit.
Right.
All right.
He's correct on the CPU usage because Rich has talked about it with his issues more than once as well. I do see what you're saying on that. I do agree with Rich. We did have a good guest stars a couple weeks ago. It was fun. So I would see both sides, and everybody's going to have to go for what they know off of that. Too many steps to simply even get people on the screen. From what I saw, Google Chrome and OBS, and that was it. That's what I remember. And you got to send the invite to them. You have to send it to them specifically.
That's similar to StreamYard or Restream, right?
No, you can put the invite in the chat. They can come on.
Yes.
With guest stars, you got to send it to the individual specifically, and you got to have it done damn near before the broadcast starts.
Okay.
You could do it during the broadcast with Restream and StreamYard. All we got to do is throw it in the chat. They'll pop up. I don't think guest stars work the same way. Like I said, you have to have OBS to work guest stars, and you have to use Google Chrome. You have to. It won't work with Edge. Won't work with Safari. Has to be Google Chrome.
Okay.
Those are the complications that I give it the credit for. Coming as a guest is fine. As a broadcast is a nightmare. Well, yeah. Well, that's because I'm cool. She's more advanced than I am on it, honestly.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that's this week's tech tip on Twitch guest stars. You have to use it in. So the key thing right here, where I think is when it falls under the finicky part. If you have to utilize an individual link per person, that's different.
Very specific. Very specific.
Interesting. It's
yes, very specific.
We'll jump right into JoJo, who we haven't seen in a couple of weeks. JoJo, in your absence, we've had Rich Roberts up here. We've had Glit from Nonsensical Nonsense.
Yeah, I seen that too.
Up here. We've invited Leggy Lady up here. We're going to invite a few others up here in the upcoming weeks. I guess we'll do it in advance to kind of open things up a little bit.
Yeah, mix it up, man.
Joe, what's been going on in combat sports? What do we need to look forward to? And where are you going to be doing your, hosting your lives for this weekend? What should we expect from you?
Cool. I know you asked me a while ago. You wanted to do something, but you wanted it kind of conformed into a small
JoJo-centric episode.
on the month.
Yes.
For the past week or 2 weeks, I did just that. I wasn't on, but I did that. Prepare yourselves. I'm not playing. I took notes. So here we are. Now, we had the boxing last weekend. Savannah Marshall became the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, women's super middleweight champion of the world, beating Franchon Cruz Dezern, who was 8-1 and was the undisputed women's super middleweight champ. Savannah Marshall calls out Clarissa Shields to move up weight. So it'll be super middleweight versus middleweight undisputeds. We had what was it? Jared Anderson, the real big baby. He beat Charles Martin last week. Went to a decision, really good tested, whatnot. Sean Strickland, the UFC, beat up a dude who just came off the blue, former PFL fighter, Abus Magomedov. He had a debut fight. They decided to push him against the ranked number 5 guy. It did not turn out well. The dude, Abus, got dogged. He got ragdolled in the second round. Got beat from pillar to post. The whole card was good though. Now, there was fights that you wanted to know about a little beforehand. We'll just clean up this week, then we'll go a little bit further. So 2 UFC 290s this weekend. Along with that, we got Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis defends his IBF welterweight title. This is the IBF, IBO. He defends that title against the dude by the name of. Oh, no, I wrote that. I got you. Hold on. I had to write that. Hold up. I got you. Do I? Oh, shit. I didn't write that down? What? Hold on. No, hold on. I got it right here. He fights this dude by the name of Via, if I remember correctly. That's gonna be on Showtime. Romain Villa, who's 26-1. Boost Ennis is 30-0, undefeated. And is the IBF world. Undefeated. Last fight he was kind of rocky, but he's been looking really good, man. Villa was the dude that beat not Ellis. Beat that dude Ellis. Ellis that was undefeated, but then he got rocked, he got beat, and it was supposed to be Ellis versus Ennis. That dude halted all that nonsense. But other than that, Yovelis Gomez fights on the card. He fights Marquise Taylor at super welterweight, is it? Yeah. Edwin De Los Santos fights Joseph Adorno. Steve Torres fights James Evans. And then there's a couple other good fights on that card. That's going to be around 9 o'clock, I think it is. 9 o'clock or so. 9:30, I think that is. At the same time, the Zone has a card. Unfortunately, though, this was supposed to be headlined by Amatis Stanonis. Excuse me, my voice. Amatis Stanonis versus Virgil Ortiz Jr. But earlier this morning, they mentioned that Ortiz had a weight issue, so that fight is scratched. So now it's headlined by Floyd Schofield versus Haskell Rhodes. Rhodes is 28-4-1. The boy, the dude. Oh my God, what's this dude's name? Schofield is undefeated at 14-0. Marlon Esparza, who's a lady, she has the WBA, WBC, WBO World Female Flyweight titles, will be defending against Celeste Alanis, who's 14-0. Jojo Diaz moves up to the main card because he was the opener of this card. Jojo Diaz, man. Look how many people Jojo fought. And they were going to have him at the bottom half of this card. That's crazy.
Blasphemy. Look at you.
But now he moves up now to fight Jerry Perez. That'll be at 135, where he's supposed to be at. Um, JoJo's one of those dudes who fights really well. He's been kind of mixing it up with the weight classes, but I think with a couple wins, you know where he could go, man. You know, he's been knocking on that door a little bit for a Garcia, for possibly a Haney, a Shakur. You know, he's that guy on the outside looking in. There's also a couple good fights there as well. You catch that on the Zone. PFO got a Europe card on Saturday. They're doing the Europe tournament format. It's pretty good. There's not that many recognizable names. There's a lot of fights though, but they do the tournament format. However, there were some names that popped up, and two names caught me off guard. There is Connor Hughes, who's undefeated from England, who's a really good lightweight. There's actually Lewis McGrillen Evans, who's also a good lightweight out of England, who's 7-0. But the name that popped up that was very interesting is a young man, somewhat. Well, yeah, he's somewhat young man. Wait. Oh, no. He got scratched. Okay. Dominic Wooding was supposed to fight on this card. Dominic Wooding is a big deal because he was supposed to get picked up by the UFC. He's a bantamweight. He was the former Cage Warriors bantamweight champion. That's where Conor McGregor fought and got his fame for before coming to the UFC. The kid got nothing but sheer wins by knockouts. Amazing talent. Amazing talent. Good jiu-jitsu. Really good striking and footwork. Explosive. But he got injured. That was actually going to be one of the 3 reasons why I watched the card, but that sucks. So UFC 290, that's this Saturday. I got my attention there. It's back-to-back history-making type situations for the Mexican community, the Latin American community. Yair Rodriguez, who is currently the number 2, actually, he is the interim champion, will be facing the number 2 pound for pound, Alexander Volkanovski. Volkanovski just came off that epic battle between Islam Makhachev for the lightweight title. Alex has been undefeated. That's his second. That's the actual first time he's been defeated in the UFC. He was undefeated. He was on a crazy 20-plus fight win streak coming into the UFC. Other than that, this guy has been poised. He's a small guy, but big man aura. Tactical bullying is his style. Perfect with the striking. Uses his jab efficiently. Leg kicks painful. A lot of ill striking. Yair's the dynamic kickboxer. Really good dude. Representing Mexico. The co-main event got another dude. Brandon Moreno, the 29-year-old, repping Mexico as the undisputed flyweight champ, fights the number 2 guy, Alexandre Pantoja out of Brazil. This kid came off of the Ultimate Fighter 24, if I remember correctly. That was a mix of random dudes from across the nation, somewhat the world pretty much. Beat Brandon Moreno there. When they officially made it to the UFC, he beat Brandon Moreno there as well. This will be the 3rd time they face each other, this time for a title. Pantoja represents ATT, a really good gym. Big overhand right, nasty aggression, really solid BJJ skills. Along with that, we got the former middleweight champion, Robert Whittaker, fighting the number 5, Dricus du Plessis, representing South Africa. I have no idea how this man managed to get up the ladder to become number 5. I swear to God. But he's there, and he's fighting Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker is like the number 1 guy, pretty much, other than Israel Adesanya. He's been there. He ain't moving yet. He's like Max Holloway. They have that issue where they're literally right there to get in a title shot, but they got to beat everybody else that's underneath them as far as the rankings go. Whitaker got crazy kicking, crazy kickboxing. His hands are insane. The man got cardio. Dricus has this issue with his nose, and he finally got it operated on, so now he breathes clearly. We'll see if it's a factor because they keep saying it's a factor. Lord knows. Dan Hooker, who's a teammate of Alexander Volkanovski, fights Jalen Turner. And the NCAA wrestler, the big deal guy, Bo Nickel, Mr. Olympic bound, will be fighting this guy by the name of Valentine Woodburn out of Jamaica, who's 7-0. Robbie Lawler has his retirement fight. Robbie Lawler has his last fight on the card. This will be his last UFC fight ever. Some good guys will be on this card as well. Some good fighters. There's a good ladies fight, Yasmin Waregi versus Denise Gomes, and a lot of other good fights as well. You wanted me to fast forward a little bit? All right, now I got you. So, I don't know if you heard, Canelo Alvarez was supposed to fight for the defending super middleweight titles against a Charlo. Everybody thought it was Jermall. A few days ago, we got the news. It is not Jermall.
It's the other
Charlo, who is the undisputed welterweight champion.
Carmen, how you doing?
Is moving up 2 weight classes to face Canelo Alvarez.
No way.
Random Rick and G's, what's going on?
Talk about a move. Talk about
crazy.
Talk about a moneymaker, though. Talk about opportunity. Talk about what swerve is this, man? That's crazy. But yo, Canelo's been doing big moves for PBC now.
Mm-hmm.
He's made the 3-fight deal with PBC. He said, F you, De La Hoya, I'm doing my own thing. You're on your own, bucko. And that's what's happening. So now you see De La Hoya panicking about all his other guys because Canelo's a big dude. Big moves. He's above it. There you go. So, George Kambosos, July 22nd, man. He's going to be fighting a dude by the name of Maxie Hughes for the IBO lightweight title. We also got Keyshawn Davis, who's 8-0, fighting Francisco Patera, who's 28-3. There's also a dude by the name of Gio Stantillan.
Jay West.
Who's undefeated. Undefeated at 30-0, fighting Eric Bone, who's 26-6. This will be a welterweight. On July 28th, Sinesia Estrada, you remember she used to fight for the Zone? She'll be fighting here 24-0 against Leonela Yurica, who's 19-1-3 for the WBC and WBA World female strawweight titles. There you go.
Is it strawweight?
Yeah, strawweight. There you go. Female strawweight. We have Andres Cortez, who's 19-0, fights versus Xavier Martinez, who's 18-1, and Abraham Nova, Supernova, the Puerto Rican dude that looks like Abe Lincoln. He like a dark-skinned Abe Lincoln. He has the blonde beard. Shit is crazy, but he's dark-skinned. He fights Jonathan Ramos, who's 35-1. Let me see what else. Oh yeah, they moved the Inoue Fulton fight. The Inoue Fulton fight. They moved that to Tuesday, the 25th of this month. That is going to be for Fulton's titles. You remember, it's the biggest fight this year that nobody really cares about because they didn't promote the damn thing. What the hell is going on here? What are we doing, man? You got the fight on a Tuesday morning. Come on, man.
What are we doing here?
What are we doing here? Yes, Carmen. Dark skin Abe Lincoln. He kills me when
Yeah.
he's.
I don't know what the hell is going on. Now your Inoue is murdering people. Boxing wise, people, boxing wise.
Yes, yes.
With the strike and the KOs. Not actual. Okay. Stephen Fulton, super technical beast, man. A fight like this is top 10 this year. I don't even care about 2/3 of this year, probably, depending on how it goes. We're in July. We've seen all the other fights they book. This fight could be instant. No, this fight is top 10. And they're playing games. 2 dudes undefeated. Come on, man.
Yeah, 2 dudes undefeated. They're supposed to be throwing that all over the place.
Undisputed titles on the line. Come on, man. Boxing, do better. Do better, boxing. But during the same week, we have issues. Ted's going to fight me. It's okay. UFC 291 takes place where there is a big headliner between Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje for a make-believe belt, but more importantly, a spot to fight for the lightweight title. This card is stacked as all hell. Unfortunately, it's on the same day that a big-time welterweight title fight takes place between the undefeateds of one Errol Spence and one Terrence Crawford.
Out of here.
Oh my God.
Who goofed with that one?
I don't know. Why? Why would you do that to people? Why? It is insane, man. The 2 top guys, even though people criticize Terrence Crawford literally climbed up divisions and whooped everybody, legitimately spanked everybody he faced. Errol Spence's record is not that long, not that crazy. But what he's managed to show is pure brilliance in fights. This man has KO ability. His body shots are marvelous.
Kermit said, I don't
Terrence
know.
Crawford shows up and he battles. This man comes and puts you and beats you up in orthodox or southpaw and fools everybody with that southpaw nonsense because people don't realize, even though he's not supposed to fight southpaw, his right hand is monstrous. It's crazy, but that's what he does.
What if it's a psychological psych out?
It just messes with people. It messes with people, but he sets up everything so right, though. You see when he beat up Gamboa a while back, you see he beat Sean Porter. He beat the international dudes. And everybody says, oh, but you only fight at home. You don't sell like that. Blah. You only invent your home crowd. He's 30-0 and spanking people. Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay? Errol Spence is young. He represents Texas. He's slapping people and KOing people.
He's fighting fearless. Yeah. That's all there is to it.
Come on, man. Shut up. They have some similar opponents, a lot of different opponents. Errol Spence beat that dude that beat Manny Pacquiao. The Olympic guy, the Olympic gold medalist he was, Olympic gold or silver medalist. Yordenis, was it? Yeah.
Yordenis.
Yeah, that had the title that Spence beat him for. Craziness. Other than that, they still talking about the stupid Saudi fight thing. And possibly AJ Deontay Wilder can happen, but only if AJ beats Dillian White. They're supposed to fight next month. Tyson Fury is supposed to be fighting Alexander Usyk, but he's still being a bum about it. Him and his agent, I don't know, tomfoolery at its finest. I don't understand what's really going on with boxing. Boxing makes sense. Then the really big fights we need for the bigger divisions, like yo, it makes no sense. But the Saudi Arabia thing's supposed to happen, because some reason, uh, Fury, Wilder was supposed to fight Andy Ruiz, but something fell through. So, Wilder could fight Joshua, but Joshua got to beat Dillian White. Because Fury doesn't really want to fight Usyk because he knows it looks like he's gonna lose. He don't want to fight Usyk because Usyk got the remedy for him.
Right.
Usyk got the remedy. It is what it is. Other than that, I'm gonna enjoy the month of July. I hope you guys do too. That's combat sports for you. And in between, there's a UFC card in London, England. Tom Aspinall, who's a big time prospect, he comes back to fight Marcin Tybura. And the card that's next week, I don't care for it. Other than that, that's it. We're done here.
Got it. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and there's some good one action. Yeah, there you go.
And yes, hey Carmen.
Carmen and folks, got a question for everyone.
I got New York.
We are in New York City. Some of us are in New York State. As we mentioned at the top of the show, Fireman Rich is in New York State. Brian is an honorary member of New York. NYLS,
Slightly better than Boston.
NYS wallet app to shut down. The question is, what's going to happen to the digital vaccine passes? All of that data, we had to take the shots. Remember, Joe, for New York, because when you wanted to get into a venue, you wanted to get into a grocery store.
Oh my goodness!
You wanted to get into McDonald's, you had to show your pass, your digital pass for everything. You wanted to get a beer out of the local bodega, we had to show the pass that, hey,
you got to show your pass, or you got to have the actual stupid immunization card. Yeah. My God. So
it's shutting down. It's being decommissioned, the app.
Come on, man.
So now the big question is, according to New York State, it's no longer going to be available due to reduced demand for access for the digital COVID-19 test and vaccine records. The Excelsior Pass was provided as a secure digital copy of an individual's COVID vaccine record and other personal information. So, the question I have is, what do we do with the data? Do we delete the app, the data off of our phones? If we have a problem with it, there's no technical support that's going to be available. If you leave the app on your phone, there's no technical support. If you take a photo of it or a screenshot, there's still no technical support. And access to these vaccine records are available through, of course, your individual health provider. And there is an 844 number for you to reach out now, because by the time it's July 28th, there's no support.
Yo, let me tell you something. I ain't never download that card. Okay, I ain't never download that joint. I had my card though. I had the card, the immunization, that card, and I had my ID. That's all I carried. I ain't download no app. I ain't do none of that. I wasn't with none of the tomfoolery because that kind of pissed me off.
Sadie, what's going on?
So I was just like, you know what? It's easier to have the card on you. It's a small card. I just tucked that in my pocket. I got my ID. Let's just go have fun. That's that.
There was another app you could have put your vaccine card on, and I'm wondering if that app is going to fly. So they took care of your NYS app. There was another app that they had. At least Apple devices did have. I don't know if Android did or not. I think they did. There was somewhere you could put your vaccination card on there. That wasn't specifically the app you're talking about. Would that one fly for you all? Would be my question.
You can now within Apple or Android, you can put it into your, I forgot the name of the app.
I forgot the name of it too.
Your wallet. You can put it into your wallet.
I never found out how to do it.
Just going through the comments. Carmen says, "Oh, please, Brian is in Texas.
No honorary.
No honorary New York, nothing.
Yo,
You get
Yo.
nothing."
yo.
Fireman Rich says, "Save the software for next time."
Exactly.
LOL.
Exactly.
Don't hate because I'm awesome.
Yo, Brian's a trip.
So what do I do with my Vax card now?
That's exactly what I'm asking, Rich. Sadie's in the house.
Sadie's
Shout
in the
out
house.
to Weekend G's as well earlier.
Agreed with you, JoJo, and
Exactly, man.
that is trying to get us fighting. No.
So,
not at
so JoJo and Carmen, since y'all are Red Sox fans, so do you want the 2021 AL Championship ring or do you want the 22 World Series ring?
Oh, Brian, I'm about to tell you. So seriously, how about you give me both? I'm gonna put them on one hand, right? I'm gonna close that hand right in the forehead. Right in the forehead.
Unity.
Exactly.
Oh
Exactly.
my goodness!
Right in the
Something to
forehead.
divide us even further. Vax cards and all this other stuff. Hey,
Well, good thing I don't have to go through that.
for the for the audio podcasters who are in the house,
Denied it.
we got something for the audio podcasters that are in the house. Fireman Rich, this is specifically for you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna go to the screen and we're gonna share. And Rich is not gonna be happy because of this, but and I love the link.
Oh no.
I cannot believe it.
SiriusXM is shutting down the Stitcher app. I don't know how many of you guys use Stitcher to access your podcast or your favorite podcasts. It's pretty popular.
Yeah.
It
pretty is, man.
Yeah, it's being shut down. And this is what happens when we run into mergers and acquisitions, and then there's like that demerger. And
agreed. Scroll up on that article, Ted. I'm reading it as you're talking.
Okay. So a notice was listed on the website of Stitcher that's being discontinued by SiriusXM, who is its rightful owner, so that it can incorporate podcasts into its own subscription businesses. So that's kind of like when the little guppy swallows the bigger guppy and then takes the best parts of it, incorporates it, and says, okay, kick the carcass to the side.
There's always a bigger fish.
And SiriusXM, as we know, in 2020, acquired Stitcher for $320 million. Stitcher's been around for about 14, 15 years and is considered an instrumental propelling podcasts into the mainstream media and pop culture. Currently, Stitcher has about 14 million weekly users and an average of 56 million average downloads, weekly downloads. So, I don't know if anyone is using Stitcher as his primary provider. You got to get with it because SiriusXM is a paid service. So we got until August 29th.
Wow.
So,
Like way too many platforms to keep up with.
Dude, there's so many podcasts and platforms. It's insane.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the new thing.
I mean, we the new rappers now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Fireman Rich said, I heard about that last week. I used to use it, but I used Fountain for podcast for the Podcaster app and to listen to podcasts I listen to.
Carmen, I agree with you.
Carmen says, I think people really flock to Spotify and Apple. Yeah, those are the two major players.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of people on Apple.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you get a chance to look up Mixerbox, see if anybody's still messing with that. I never dropped it from when it came out back in 2013, I think it was.
Okay.
A lot of the podcasts, when I subscribe to them, it'll jump immediately over there. They were pretty much like a branch off of Apple, branch off of YouTube.
Got it.
They were pretty good. They're all right to me. Stitcher's great, but it's not the mainstay where people get their podcasts regularly. Right. Everything's Spotify and Apple or Yeah,
Yes.
I agree with her on that.
You know, that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think kind of like how we had all these streaming services and they're going to start to collide.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with all the, because remember when podcasting was cool?
Yeah.
I mean, it still is. It's just so many of us, honestly.
Yeah.
And then
I actually get a kick out of people and how they give their comments, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm supposed to keep it cool. Shout out to Cam and Mace, because they killing it. What it is.
Oh my God,
they are killing it,
I-
dog. I'll be loving it, man. I can't help it. It's a good show to me.
those two dudes are lunatics.
wait,
bro.
are they on Apple?
They're on everything. They're on YouTube
Yeah.
primarily.
Yeah.
They are just on there wilding, out of control,
Oh.
having fun.
I miss
Yeah.
it.
What is
We
it?
need
What,
it.
what it is what it is?
Yeah.
is what
It's
it
like
is.
two friends, just two long, pretty much two longtime friends, just
Yeah.
chatting it up. That's it.
Everybody,
They
Thank you
really
for
are.
the support.
I think
Iron Man
everybody's
Rich.
going to Siskel and Ebert, Kornheiser and Wilbon.
Yes.
Chemistry, and it's priceless.
Yes.
Yeah.
I put it along those lines of purpose because Cam and Mace known each other since they were kids. They had Stephen A. up there the other weekend. It was phenomenal. That was one of the best broadcasts I've ever seen. That was dope. And I like it's a lot of what we do, even though a bunch of us kind of just met, but we kind of kick it so hard. And that's exactly what they did. And they know they sports.
Yup.
It is
They
what
know
it
they-
is.
Yes, it is what it is.
They just jokers though, man.
They be-
Funny.
They
Yo,
are.
yo, JoJo,
Funny, man.
when that hammer go, once that gavel goes down, it's over.
Mhm.
Oh my
Wow, there's so
God.
many of them. There's like It Is What It Is, Ireland Boys.
You're looking for
and-
Cameron and Mace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
We're getting
Cameron
shouted
Giles.
out by everybody.
It is
too.
what it
Cam
is,
Levitar's
Cameron
giving them
Giles.
props. Stephen A's giving them props. They
Yeah.
got contacts with yo. It's about to be on with them jokers. I'm
Someone's
telling
going to pick them up.
And the thing that's even funnier, they really bring New York out, bro.
Yes.
Hey yo,
you. Bro,
pause.
that's it for me. That's it.
Pause.
Hey, yo, pause.
Hey yo, pause, fam. That's wild crazy, yo.
Oh, my goodness. It's to a point where you could see Uptown.
Yup.
You could see the Harlem coming out of them.
Yup.
Easily,
Really, really
Niggas
funny.
just-
easily.
Yo, man, I'd be in tears watching this show, but
Oh.
they really know their stuff.
They do know their stuff and they're funny with it, and they
Yeah.
have great conversations and interviews with people.
Yeah.
Anybody that comes up there, they're not trying to play you out, they're not trying to put you on blast. They just want to. We got a topic and we go from there. That's how it's supposed to be to me. I love it. I love their idea.
Yeah. Definitely.
Tony, I got a serious topic.
I didn't do it.
I got a serious topic
Let's go.
for the dads. It's time for the dads to be proactive about their health.
We ain't got time. Shit. Let's go.
It says men can't always prevent health conditions like cancer or heart disease, but you can lower your risk with healthy habits.
Mhm.
So things like avoiding cigarettes and vaping.
What? Go ahead.
What?
Vaping.
What? Maintaining a healthy weight, avoiding excessive alcohol, eating unprocessed food,
Yeah.
exercising regularly,
Yeah.
getting a handle of your blood pressure, and other important numbers.
Mhm.
So we have 3 tips from the Mayo Clinic. Tony D.
Yes, sir.
And the first tip is
Get screened for prostate cancer by getting your PSA prostate specific antigen numbers checked. There's
Tony.
different ages for getting your prostate checked. I used to hear you got to get it done at 35. Then I heard 40. Then I heard 45. Now they're saying 50. They're changing the numbers up. All the fellows need to go ahead and get it. Period. That end the story. Seriously.
Yeah.
You want to find out before it's too late. They've got the laser procedure, and they also got a crystal procedure. I actually had a supervisor who was going through it, and he had a good sit down with us about 7 years ago. Have I gotten mine checked? I've asked. My doctor actually has told me that they could find out if anything's wrong through my blood work specifically. Okay, I'm grateful because I ain't looking for the other procedure in the first damn place. But I've always been told go ahead and get it done regardless, especially at my age. Not a problem.
Yes.
You want me to go ahead and go with the second one, Ted?
Bullet point number 2.
Okay. Be proactive and get other routine screenings. Have your cholesterol level checked and know your vitamin D levels, which affect bone and immune health. Cholesterol has been an issue for me. I've been borderline high most of my life, but that is due to my eating habits. I admit that. I do eat a lot of high caloric foods. I will say high processed foods, damn sure fast food in restaurants. I also
So,
do cook.
it's a Southern
But
thing. We live off of that.
we do live off of that, but I need a lot of that energy for my job.
Yeah.
Specifically for my job, I need. Yeah, Rich, I know. My man, Fireman Rich is a prostate cancer survivor. Get your prostate a PSA check. Yeah, you can talk about that a lot, Rich. That should be a good topic for you tomorrow morning, if another morning doesn't pop up afterwards. Definitely. As a survivor, I would request that you elaborate on it for everybody else. I've heard it. I've gone from
Definitely.
me to you. So cholesterol, all the fellas need to watch it. You actually have to drink water. All fellas out there, drink
That at work.
some damn water. Let me give you the best recommendation ever. For a regular day, you need half your body weight in ounces in the first damn place. Any additional habits afterwards, you have to add more water on top of that. That is how you control your cholesterol. You got to flush your system. That's all it is to it. You got to flush your system. Drink some water, go to the bathroom. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. That's how we take care of ourselves, because a bunch of us are stressed with anxiety because we had depression. We got to control our emotions, because if we show too many emotions, people think we're weak. And if we act on our emotions, we don't know how to control ourselves. Drink some water, use the bathroom, get some sleep. Try that. That's the procedure of the day. I just added to your stress. I already know, but that's what it's going to be. That's what the doctor's going to tell you. I'm telling you right now. Number 3, make small changes toward a heart-healthy diet. Limit red meat, focus fresh fruit, vegetables, and leafy greens. Let me be clear. I'm not limiting my red meat. I'm not. Put it on the grill, put it on the stove, put it in the oven, get it in the microwave. I'm not. Well, I will emphasize the fruits and vegetables. We do have to get up more on the fruits and vegetables and get off of the fried foods. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have to get off fried foods. A lot of us like to eat fast because a regular ham and cheese sandwich or peanut butter and jelly is not enough energy to keep us through the day with
That's
our
really true.
It is not enough.
Yep.
And with my job as an aircraft mechanic, and I got to work in the weather, trust me, I keep a high caloric intake because I need that energy. If it ain't from working, running, carrying, contorting myself in different tight areas, working high torque stuff, and then dealing with the weather, I've tried to diet on the job and like to pass the hell out. I can't do it. But we also have to exercise. Now, he emphasized in the beginning, fathers. We have to do all of this on top of being a parent, being there for our kids, and having energy for our kids. Mothers, you go through the same thing we do. All of us as parents, eat proper and rest. That brings a lot of things down. You also got to add water to it. Those 3 things work for both genders, both sexes. I know y'all got different definitions. I ain't got time for all that. Male, female, father, and mother. Exercise, sleep, rest. Seriously. Appreciate it, Ted. Yes, Carmen. Every now and then, I switch. I don't always act up.
What is very, very important to everyone.
Yeah, we drink water all day, but we have like the little flavor packets, like little Gatorade flavor packets that go with our water bottles now. Y'all cray.
The flavor packages, you got to be careful with those ingredients.
Is that aspartame that you got to stay away from?
I knew you was gonna say it.
Aspartame is like that one of the key ingredients that leads to memory loss.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody's favorite.
So everybody's drinking Diet Coke. Stay away from the diet drinks.
Yes.
There's actually a story on
diet drinks
are issue in the water.
Diet drinks is heavy in aspartame.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Which explains why, like with some people that I know with their moms, like they drink Diet Coke for as long as I've known them, and now they're having the.
Yeah, man.
Did you see that thing today that the FDA is for Alzheimer's? There's some stuff that they're working on.
I had a news alert on it.
Yeah, it was a news alert on.
I mean, my dad doesn't drink diet. My dad doesn't drink diet anything, but I mean, like he's taking some medication to keep his brain sharp because my dad's pretty much a couch potato when he's not working. So it's like I try to get my
CNN.
dad to like, let's go do something, but he's like, no, I'm gonna watch the news.
CNN 5:05 p.m.
Typical like 77-year-old man behavior.
The first Alzheimer drug proven to slow the disease's progression gets full FDA approval.
Right.
Now it's unavailable. But I did get that alert earlier.
Yeah, we all got it.
It was on the Washington Post.
I got it from CBS News.
Yeah, I got it from CNN. Lequimbi administered intravenously every other week will get a boxed warning because it can cause brain bleeding and swelling.
It's supposed to help slow it down.
Man.
I know I'm probably gonna. So of the four of us up here, we're gonna probably be half and half. That new Threads app.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen Brian on it yet, but I know Brian is pretty conservative when it comes to this social media stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Too much of it is not really good for you.
Guilty.
Jojo, I know, works on his specific apps. Carmen is on it. Fireman Rich is on it. I've tried my best to follow most of you.
I am following Carmen, but you're not following me because I guess I'm not too awesome for you.
If you're in the chat and you want us to follow you, make sure you put it in the chat. Tony, I saw you were on.
Yes, I'm on it.
I was on. I don't know. I think I'm at my maximum right now. All these different freaking apps, and I'm like, I don't really like to do this too much.
On what? On what?
She said, "What are you doing with that, bro?"
On what?
Threads.
Oh, Threads.
I just followed you on here today, Barack.
Wait, I just heard about Threads. What the hell did I hear about Threads from?
Rich was telling me about it a couple days ago.
Yeah,
it's the newest thing out. It's Zuckerberg. This is supposedly the Twitter killer.
There you go. That's what I was.
Twitter killer.
That's what it was. There you go. Threads. Yeah, that's where I heard about it. Everybody got their own little thing. They did. Was it Blue Sky or something like that? Then I heard about
Sky is supposed to come out. Shout out to Rich for putting me on game with that too, because he was telling me about that, and I was listening to him about it. I did get on Threads. The contacts are transferring over from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I kind of, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Remember how Haps updated and everybody stayed there, and then they went to Reach and everybody's still there? The same thing's happening with Threads. I had a controversy with it as I was looking at it today. I'm like, all right, everybody's on it. They're making a change. Okay, cool. I think counts are going to get verified off of this.
Oh, okay.
I think from what I'm seeing, because you put the invite out, the people going to answer. They're not either they're not active on it or the accounts are fake. Cool. Everybody, I'm getting alerts all day.
As long as they can handle the bots.
I say that about every platform, but the bots are going to be a standard. They're going to be a regular.
It's the bots.
They're going to be a regular. Matter of fact, Carmen just did a show with one of her friends. He said they're going to be there.
Yeah.
A lot of the major businesses had an issue with them, but they're going to be there. There's a lot going on with these bots. I'm not too keen on. Yeah. Your friend that was on, what's his name? Hi. He was talking about the AIs and the bots on the new major companies and the platforms and everything. They're going to be there.
Yeah, I need to invest in the bots.
Yes.
I see there's money to be made in the bots. For real.
Listen, you want to put your money in something you don't agree with and ride the wave like the mother folks, that's going to be it right now, because they are nuts.
AI and the bots, you got to ride the wave on this, man.
They talk to each other. It's bananas.
Somebody was talking to me about this. I had a deep conversation about it. And I was like, wait a minute.
Yes,
what?
And they did serious.
And when I look at Twitter, you get on Twitter in the past couple months now, you look at Twitter and it's like, yo, as Tony just said, bots talk to bots.
Yep.
That's nuts, man.
It's nuts. Dude, and I'm going to throw this out there. I know we over. I'm going to go ahead and take this L. Smoke, what's good? Cantina.
Smoke.
There used to be airtime right now.
What's good?
Smoke.
The bots are on there. You can make your bot. We talked to the creator. He said it only takes 20 minutes to do.
To make a bot.
to make a bot. Let me be clear to any and everybody else. Can I have a moment, Ted?
Yeah.
Let me be clear to any and every last one of you out there right now. When you make this bot, it's going to emulate you. And anything you've ever done on the internet, half of y'all in trouble. Go ahead, bro. I'm done.
Damn.
Half of y'all in trouble.
You got the floor, Tone. Go ahead.
I got the floor?
You got the floor.
You sure?
You got the floor.
Let's go.
What you forgot you said on the internet is going to come out in that bot. Half of y'all in trouble. Y'all don't hear me. You're going to see. I dare you to make one. I know what I've seen over the past 2 months. Y'all, man, I'm not down with it. I don't want to see nobody faked. I don't want to see nobody fronted on. I don't want to see nobody copied. I don't want to see nobody emulated. I damn sure don't want to see nobody try to make a little image of you that they think you are, and then something gets said that you forgot you said that's going to come out. Y'all in trouble, man. I already know my guilty pleasures. I ain't even worried about half of them. But some of y'all out here with some of the ways y'all done come across over the past 2-3 years, you might want to think about what you've been saying to folks, even on the sly.
Whoa.
I'm done, Ted.
We're back. We're back.
Marco.
By Christmas, y'all tell me if I'm lying.
We're
Shit.
back.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising, man. Then there'll be
Jesus.
somebody who would like take their time and dig back something that you probably said on MySpace back in 2000.
Dang, son.
And I will admit, I have said a lot of things on Facebook. I said a lot of things on
I've
Twitter.
stuttered and slurred.
On Twitter, I said a lot of things. On Instagram, I said a lot of things. So
Yeah, man.
Brian has seen a lot of things.
that is true.
Everybody's picking up, man. Everybody's picking up
I was
on
just saying, Rick Costa,
lots
what's
of
good?
AI, man. Rick.
Yeah,
Everybody,
Yeah,
no,
man.
What's going on?
Y'all
I'm
be
just
careful
saying,
with these bots for real.
like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to get plugged back into the Matrix because the next thing is like,
Brian,
like,
you're already in the Matrix. Stop it. You're already in the Matrix.
yeah,
You're in.
You're already in the Matrix.
Yeah, you've been in the Matrix, bro.
I'm not even trying to put you in a compromising position. You're already in the Matrix. I saw an interview with Shia LaBeouf about a couple of weeks ago. He said he was being investigated. They pulled up a conversation he had 2 years prior. Mind you, that was an old
Oh my
interview.
God.
Yes.
Oh my God. I think I know the interview you're talking about.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I did watch that joint myself.
He said he pulled up a conversation he had 2 years prior. He didn't even remember on the telephone. Armin Lazare Suarez has told everybody the internet is forever.
Yeah, it's undefeated. It's undefeated. It's undefeated.
yeah. So I mean,
reason.
like I said, like
Listen,
I've said,
Helen has always told me you tell too much of your private information. I'll be sitting here telling y'all mad at TikTok, y'all ain't paying attention to Google. Y'all screwed, man.
yeah, like I said, like I said, like over the years, I've said a lot of things.
I got one final story.
Yes.
And I think, because since this has been New York centric, for Brian to enjoy. Because he likes to talk about liberals. He likes to talk this and that. So I wanted to let him know.
Democrats.
The Breakfast Club has gone down. Oh, no. Breakfast Club took a lot of backlash.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Okay. Joe, you can appreciate this because we're here. Smoke, you are here. Rich, you got this in New York State. Tony, by default. New York City schools introduced mindful breathing program for K through 12 students. New York City will introduce some mindful breathing exercises to all public school students in an effort to support physical and mental health. So said JoJo's beloved mayor. The program will require all schools serving students from pre-K to 12th grade to facilitate in 2 to 5 minutes of mindful breathing practices in school every day. We live in a time of toxic social media communities. just like this one. Constant news flashes and unfiltered alerts, all leaving a toll on mental health of our students. Stop giving your kids these phones.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't need to have phones.
But today, it is a time for our students to calm their nervous systems down. So this rollout is happening citywide. Professional development programs for educators and mindful breathing practices have already begun. The announcement came out, and as the public school students mark the last day of classes for 2022-2023 school year. Get your kids off of social media.
They should not be having phones, period. I mean, even when my nieces and nephews were in school, the girls will be on the social media and the guys be looking at porn while the teacher's talking.
I know how worried parents are nowadays. But if you're a second and third grader with a phone, you gotta chill. Come on,
you gotta chill. But or should the parent chill?
The parent gotta chill. The parent gotta chill.
The parent gotta lay down the law. Like, no, you're not gonna have a phone until you graduate high school.
Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna say that.
They need them by junior high. The schools are pushing for them to have devices. They want them to have iPads, which I don't have a problem with.
We can't. But you can't be having these phones in elementary school, man. No. That's a big distraction. You having kids cheating. You know what I mean? And then on
top of that, you take away their phone, they get very aggressive. They start doing a purge. I mean, because my buddy's nephew's like that. He's 10, and he's all like, I gotta have my electronics. But then when he does bad, and you take it away, this guy goes psycho crazy. Like, gotta lock his ass up.
Crazy, JoJo. All these kids get their own devices when they go to daycare and everything. They can all play the games together. Okay. We're in a video game era right now. We gotta face it. This is all video, digital, computerized right now.
Yeah, because all they talk about is Fortnite.
Get out the house. It's not saying that they won't get out the house because they all want to hang out and see each other. But technology has always been intriguing, even to us youth. Anything technological caught our attention. Right now, these kids are getting more proficient on computers, which is a plus. Because we want them to have the brains, but we still want them to be active. Trust me, all these kids will still get out the house if we let them and if we trust the society. A bunch of us don't trust society. That's why they're home inside with the technology. We got to put the two together.
Yes, that's correct.
We got to put the two together. That's all it is. You're not wrong. I don't want to see no kid below 10 with a cell phone. But based on what's going on with half of these damn schools right now, I can't argue it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I'm going to sound like the jerk.
Go for it.
I'm going to sound like the jerk, but it's okay because I've embraced that. So when I granted the kids the phones, while they were in school, the services were turned off. Mm-hmm. The services were monitored and turned off and disabled, meaning you don't need internet access between the hours of 8:20 and 2:30. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's these tools nowadays are available.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
With the provider, where you log right in and you say, okay, little Billy, you don't need access, between the days of, Monday through Friday during school time.
Right.
You don't. Because number two, you gotta monitor and filter what they are watching.
You do. But you also need to pay attention to what they're watching on the side.
Yes.
But these kids are sneaky. Think a bunch of these parents forgot how sneaky they were when they were kids and they don't know what the hell's going on with their kids. Your children are half of your DNA.
Yes.
They doing half of what you used to do. Your ass deserves to be worried.
About mindful breathing, and somehow you talk about cell phones. Cell phones are tools. Teach your kids how to use the tool. Y'all sound like my mama did about me watching TV, and it was going to make.
Yeah, I remember that. If you sat too close to the TV, you're gonna be blind. You gotta be at least 6 feet away.
Wait. Y'all know the question.
Want to talk about the breathing?
Mindful breathing. Somehow you're talking about cell phones and the tools. Teach your kids to use the tools. You sound like mama did. Yeah, we do. We sound like, the angry, well, Tony and I sound like the angry old dudes. JoJo and Brian, not so much.
Carmen said, tell me you're old without telling me you're old.
All right, since Carmen wants us to talk
I got an answer for that. You know, JoJo, I got an answer for that.
I was going to say, about the breathing part, yeah, it's helpful for the kids. The kids got to learn how to get their stress, to relieve the stress in the midst of class. because sometimes you go in there, you got math problems, you're learning something. It's a little stressful, a little bit too much to take in. You're young, you learn something new, you get frustrated, you might want to flip on the teacher. I'm trying. Yeah, get your little breather in there. Little relaxation moment. Deep breaths in, out. You'll be good. I used to do that. I used to do that in high school. But only because people used to get on my nerves. And I didn't want to sock nobody in the face.
Yes, you
So
did. Just didn't want to go to ISS for it.
Tell me you're old without telling me you're old.
I got an answer for that, Brian. You ready for this, Brian? Special dedication. This you're gonna enjoy this one.
Go ahead.
Look at what's happened to me. I can't believe in myself.
oh my God.
Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. It should have been somebody else.
Believe it or not.
Get on air.
All right, get out of here, man.
You're so
Get out of here.
free.
Come on.
But nah, man. Seriously though, that the breather exercise is not just for kids, for adults too, man.
Yeah.
Those people need that too, man. Get your good 3 to 5 minutes of deep breathing.
It's a bit of meditation.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids today with these devices, this is the justification for everybody who wants the devices away from their children. They can't sit still.
No.
No, that's
They cannot sit still. They
That's
got to learn how to sit down about 5 or 10 minutes and don't do nothing. I got to do this with Jason.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of what's going on, him having my iPad on TV, a lot of that was me because that's how I used to put him to sleep when he was a kid. Now he actually has a little bit of something to put in the bed. I actually watch everything he does do on there because you notice when he's here, I'm always looking at the screen. I'm
Right,
watching what he's watching. I didn't filter nothing because I want to see how sneaky his little ass is. I know what I know how I was. I got to pay attention to his habits over his obedience. Seriously, we all have to do that as parents. In all seriousness, parents keep claiming their kids with digital phones, but y'all just as addicted and they got permission from use. Parents are ridiculous sometimes. No,
From
you're not
use. From use. That's
You're
not
not
Boston.
wrong. But these kids can also be sneaky with what you don't give them, and they'll get it from somebody else.
True.
Seriously. And we got to watch all of the habits of our children. Like I said, over their obedience, children will listen to you, but you're not always going to have your eyes on them. So you got to see what they're doing on the side as well.
True.
It's very tricky. Very tricky.
True.
I'm gonna tell you something funny.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you something funny. That goes to what Carmen just said about addiction to phones. Yo, I had to watch everybody in my high school have a phone. I didn't have a phone till I was a senior. Till I was a senior in high school. I think it was in the middle of my senior year I finally had a cell phone. I didn't bother to waste money on a cell phone.
Okay.
My mom's wanted to get me a cell phone, but I was like, nah, chill, I'm good. And the reason was, at the time, I found it to be a waste of money. Not just that, I was more outside than being on my house. That was one of the things. And I didn't want people to just keep calling me wherever I'm at. I wanted nobody to know where the hell I was, pretty much. I'd get home when I had to get home, respectfully. But as far as like my friends concerned,
You say respectfully.
I'm like, yo, to hell with that. I'm gonna see you when I get to the neighborhood. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. But yo, I'm gonna just be home. I want to be home. I want to chill. At the time, I was with my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to chill with my grandma. You know what I mean? When I get home, doing my homework, chill with my grandma, talk about the day, whatever. And that's that. When people knock on my door to find out what's going on, that's the only time they found out. Other than that, yo.
I mean, like my first phone was a Primeco.
Hey,
Say it again, Brian.
My first cell phone was a Primeco.
Word?
What is that?
Primeco Mobile.
Never heard of him.
Oh, I never heard of that either.
You never on that song "Want to Be a Baller"? He goes switch from Motorola to a Primeco phone.
He said, "Want to be a baller" by Little Troy.
Yeah,
I'll admit, I didn't get a cell phone until I was about to become a father.
I didn't. I mean, like I didn't get my phone until after I graduated high school.
I'm with JoJo. I didn't need it. I didn't need nobody following me, tracking me, knowing where I was at, calling me any no time.
But hang on.
So the day when I found out I was about to be a father with my oldest, I got a cell phone, a beeper, and a computer. And I was like, I told his mom, You can reach me anytime, anywhere, period. You're pregnant. I need to be on 24/7 alert. That's how I carried it.
Right.
And even when he wanted the phone, he was a teenager, I said, nope. Matter of fact, I said, I'll give you my old phone. You can use it at the house, but you're not taking it to school. What I'm finding out is these kids got phones and iPads in schools. It's better for them to have an iPad than a heavy-ass backpack we used to carry with 16 and all that crazy shit in the strap. It just got an iPad, and it's got everything right there. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Teach
Yeah,
your kids to use the phone as a tool is all I'm saying. Stop blaming kids. No, you're not wrong in what you're saying.
No.
This generation right now, they're technology.
Yeah.
My son goes to daycare. He was asking me and his mom for the past 2 years, can he get a tablet? We both said no. First of all, you got to get your grades up. Second of all, you got to get your behavior straight. Third, we don't want you addicted to devices instead of going outside and being active.
Right.
We don't want that. But all these children have iPads now. They're playing video games. It makes me a little nervous. I want them to be good on the computers, absolutely. But I see too many of grown folks our age on video games all damn day.
Yeah.
Let me throw this out there to everybody up in here right now. You all will see me on social media apps and everything, talking to people all damn day. But guess what else I do? I get the hell out the house. I will go to the store. I will make a road trip. I will go to work. You might even see me on my lunch break, in all honesty. But some of y'all are right here in front of the computer all day like this. You're actually going hunched up all damn day. I'm not doing that. That's on my day off.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something, too.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how people be playing computer games on computers and don't use a controller, bro. I don't understand that either. That is wild.
Dude, it's just keyboard and mouse, bruh.
You remember the old days of Pac-Man when you had to use the arrow? Stop playing.
But
no, bro. They got the whole setup. They got the whole setup. Yo, the whole finger key. Like, yo, your Q, the Q does the 360 spin flip, while the U got the tri-shooter, and you got all this other craziness going on. Bro, the mouse does one thing, but you got to hold the directional pad and the mouse at the same. Yo, man, I don't know. Not wildin'.
To play Hydro Thunder with a keypad. You can't do it. I'm with you.
No.
Look, on the keypad, you got W for forward, S for down, for backward. You got AD left and right.
You got W. What the hell you think you're doing?
As far as your jump, your right click is your aim, and your left finger,
let me tell you,
right. You're on the right. The right mouse button is for your aim.
Brian, your W is your what the hell you doing. Your Y is Y. Your O is OMG. Get that away from me, yo. I'm telling you, you're wilding. I'm not doing it.
I'm
not doing it.
My control it's just for like squat down.
You got a controller, Brian. Don't talk that bull crap. You got a controller.
No. Like when I'm playing, like Division. When I'm playing, The only time I ever use my controller is when I'm playing Madden, when I'm playing Gauntlet. Let's see what else I play on my PC. Oh, Assassin's Creed, my Assassin's Creed collection. Yeah, that's the only time I ever use a controller. But most of the other games my Street Fighters and my Mortal Kombats and all that. But all the other games is keyboard and mouse.
Boy, if Glick ever sees this, he gonna tear your ass up. You know that, right?
You think I can give a damn what Glick says?
You're right. I know. Oh, let me throw this out there, Ted.
I wipe my ass with what Glick thinks.
Congratulations to Glick. Him and his girlfriend got engaged yesterday.
Oh, congrats! Let's go.
Poor girl.
We talked about her like a damn dog. We told her she must be crazy. Jeff told her she must be blind. I told her she must be out of her damn mind, but damn it, they're happy.
Exactly, Rich. Exactly. That is so true. PUBG kids. The PUBG kids, man. I'm telling you.
Exactly.
I tried playing online with the PUBG kids.
Yeah, Rich is on the PUBG. And honestly, a lot of us are live stream. We're up here a lot too. But I want to emphasize this once again. A bunch of y'all up there that think I do this too much. I also leave the damn house. When I'm home a lot, I got the day off or I didn't go to work. But I'll be all over the place doing things. That's why I have time when you see me and my signal not strong. I'm moving about. Why is your microphone acting up? Because I left the house. How come you don't have a signal? Because I'm outside the house. I'm not sitting up under my Wi-Fi all damn day.
Word.
Do something with yourselves.
I'm at Buc-ee's.
Tonight's episode is called Silver Linings Become Lifelines.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We'll go round robin. Brian, where can we find you going forward if we are chasing you on social media?
You can find me on Snapchat at Thailander_F150, and you can find me on Twitch at TX_Cattleskull. Yeah.
Mr. B, where can we find you as you're streaming all across the interwebs?
And you can follow me, Carmen.
Yo, I have a Twitter. Yo, Brian is a mess, bro. Jeez.
Good night, good people, and Brian.
Come on, man. Yo,
Mwah.
I got a Twitter. New Year, same B at Mr. B 1986. I tweet stuff. I retweet stuff. You can hit me up on the DMs and whatnot. I do this show with Mike. We haven't done it in a couple weeks though. Mike's been busy with the kids. He's been working and he's been chilling with the kids. You know, summer.
Yeah, he's doing that parenting thing. I
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And he's not doing digital parenting either.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, but we do that on Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook that goes through too. I'm on OK Live. It's an app due to the a European somewhat app. It's iffy, but it works when it wants to. But I'm there streaming fights whenever fights are going on during the weekend. I'm gonna answer that question real quickly, Carmen. Hold on. On OK Live, I'm there. Mr. B, there's a picture of Laura Senko. All the fights that go on, I do that. I also do an audio version of the podcast I do on Wednesdays. The B-sides of the fight game, Mr. B. I do it here on YouTube and Twitch Wednesdays. I'm lining it up for that 4 o'clock, and it's been okay so far. So, yeah, I do that. It's on OK Live as well. That's it. Carmen.
I almost want to answer that question for you, but that's
I grew up in a black. Well, I have my old neighborhood where I grew up at is on Bainbridge Ave. Bainbridge Ave is a block in here in the Bronx. A lot of the people I grew up around look like me, and are also Hispanic. So you know what I mean. So that's how it's been. It's been blacks and Hispanics. The neighborhood originally was mostly Jews back in the day. It was mostly a Jewish neighborhood. So to see all the diversity that's come out now, kind of crazy. We got Hispanics, blacks, Jamaicans. We got Cambodians, Vietnamese people.
Puerto Ricans.
Of course, Dominicans. But yeah, it's a crazy.
Which I don't understand. Yeah.
However, I'm not Hispanic. My family is from Guyana. I was born here. So due to everybody I've hung out with, I've developed this insane mix of Negro, Latino dialect. Negro, Latino dialect.
Afro-Latino.
So that's what's happened.
Afro-Latino.
It's insane because I've been told that many times on the phone. But yeah, when my New Yorker comes out, that's what you hear. So there you go.
Word.
Got it.
Yes.
Word.
Sorry for my voice today, people. My voice has been chopped and screwed. But I'm doing my best.
Mr. B, thank you for your origin story. And also this week with Combat Sports. We want to thank everyone also in the chat for joining in. And we're going to get ready to close out with none other than the legendary Tony D. Where can we find you?
Yes, sir.
When we are not following you,
we waited all night for this.
TonyD.original.
Please, sir.
Please. Drum roll, please.
I mean, where can't you find me at, in all honesty? I've been telling y'all more than once. I don't know why people don't understand. I don't know why people aren't paying attention. I don't even know why that's still a question. But okay, you can find me on TikTok, TONYTON19723. You can find me on Twitter, TONYTON163. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, and Rumble, TONYTON172. Yes, I am on Instagram thread. Check it out. You can also find me on YouTube, TONYD7444 or The Random Multi Broadcaster. I said duh, not the, because I'm ghetto. Damn it. You can also find me on Late Night Parents with my man over here, Ted Hicks. Ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com. You can find me on the Sunday Night Smoke podcast with my man Ace World, Sunday nights, 7:30-ish when he's available. You can also find me on Nonsensical Nonsense podcast Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time with Glick and Jeff Hawk. Once again, Glick, congratulations on your engagement. All jokes aside, all crap aside, all sarcasm aside, you found somebody to be happy with. Now calm the hell down, learn how to talk to people. Cheers up, motherfuckers. Thank you very much.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone. Make sure you follow and you watch all these great podcasters, broadcasters. They do provide something unique and special, and we try to be supportive of each other. I know it's kind of like a dysfunctional family. We might not all get along at all the times, but if you notice, we do loosely follow each other and may sometime make a comment or two in each other's broadcast. So we got to keep that motion going, keep everything going like that. We will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat station. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Peace, y'all. Appreciate it.
Y'all have a good night.
I do my own bar.